What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a nice tag duel for you guys. You see, I'm playing my Shiranui Zombies, and my tag partner is playing a deck that I guess can be best described as Zombie Beatdown Harumbi. Like, I don't really know what exactly to call it. You'll definitely see the Harumbi and you'll see the Beatdown, and you'll realize why I guess I described it as I did. One of our opponents is playing like PK, or yeah, he's playing PK, but he's also teching in some copies of Silent Swordsman. This card is actually really good. Just being able to kind of negate spells is pretty damn good in Yu-Gi-Oh! It probably always will be. And then when this card like gets destroyed, it brings out the even bigger, like, you know, the old school like Silent Swordsman, the really big ones and whatnot. And that card can negate spells as well. He's got a copy of like Phantom Knights of Launch, searchable card, so it's really good. It goes into Dark Rebellion, Dark Requiem, and you just start negating shit or whatever. All right, so I opened up really good. Double Maxi for defense. I go Monk. I'm going to pitch my Twin Twister, get Sage. Basically, I'm just going to go into Unizombie, go Mizuki, and then try and get Omega. Shiranui are really good because of Sage, and you just want to make Omega really early in the duel, not just to get a card out of your opponent's hand, but to just spam your, like, Mizuki's, just cycle them. So one of the opponents is playing Dark Lords. Dark Lords really might be my main IRL because it's really good. I never thought about playing Mausoleum of the Emperor. It's really, I don't know if I'd play like 3 of them, but maybe like 1. So he activates like Casting Out, gets his search on, and I do Omega his hand as soon as he activates like Casting Out, but he activates Casting Out twice. These decks in Tag Duel are stupid good. So you see, Omega comes back. He tries to go for Zombie World, but we get blasted by Twin Twister. If you're wondering why during the end phase I didn't go Royal Decree, it's because I had a bad experience with that in Tag Duels. Like, I end phase Royal Decreed a guy, and then my tag partner had like 4 traps in his hand. I was like, fuck. So I'm not gonna, like, I don't do that anymore because I need, like, you have to let your tag partner know, kind of like, you have to let them feel out the situation before you just flip over Decree and, you know, they're playing like a back row or a demise deck and you end up fucking them over. So I'm not gonna do that anymore. So we kind of lose our cards, but he is able to activate Mizuki and he's able to do some plays too. And once he activated Zombie World, I was like, dude, I think we're pretty good. Now, you pretty much just want to keep using, like, you want to keep using, you know, Omegas, but he does fall out, or he does fall into a Falling from Grace, which is the Regeki break, and we lose our Utopia. I'm kind of concerned about the Falling from Grace because, you know, obviously, what's it called? Obviously, this guy can use Falling from Grace again, so we have to kind of make sure he uses Falling from Grace, targets the Omega, and that we chain the Omega. So he does, he summons the Ragged Gloves, and then he summons the Silent Swordsman. If you don't know about this card, not only does it negate spells, but it gets stronger every single turn. Like, I think it's every single, like, standby phase, it gains like 500 attack. So it only comes out at like 1,000, but you don't want to just leave it on the field. So he ends up blasting us with that, what's it called? That the Regeki break. I don't know why my attack partner, no, excuse me. He did it in battle phase so that we couldn't chain. I'm like, dude, why didn't you chain? He was like, it's battle phase. All right, so I wasn't really that mad. So this is my turn again, and I'm going for another Omega just because I'm trying to cycle the Mizukis. You see, we have a bunch of Mizukis banished. I had the Solemn Strike as a defensive card, but then they Twin Twister it, and then he ends up tribute summoning for Lucifer, and I'm like, oh god, now I can't even use Omega, so I'm pretty much screwed. So we lose our Omega, and again, I'm just trying to constantly make Omega so that we can get all our Mizukis in the grave, because clearly we both can use Mizuki. But I lose my Solemn Strike, I lose my Omega. I'm pretty much out of the duel, to be honest. So Harumbi gets down on the field, and I'm like, yo, he activates Mage Power and United We Stand. Then he goes for the Mizukis. I think we have 3 Mizukis banished, but now there's 4. And he summons Fart Dragon, and now I think he's going for Unizombie. He goes into battle phase, but what he forgot to do, he forgot that if you use Unizombie's effect, only zombies can attack. And even though Harumbi is dead, but he still lives in our hearts, he's not technically a zombie. He's still a beast. So we got the Harumbi on field, and it is 5,400, and it is being protected by Spark Dragon. So it's going to be fucking hard for them to kill it, especially considering, I mean, yeah, they got almost 3K beaters, but that's not going to get over 5,400 beater. Although, if we lose monsters on field, the attack of the Berserker Gorilla will go down. So Spark Dragon's going to protect itself, but they got 2 attacks, so it's going to die. So I top deck Burial from a Different Dimension, which was huge because first off, I'm like, forget that. Let's just attack with Berserker Gorilla first. So obviously I use Unizombie's effect, and I put all the Mizukis back in the graveyard. And because of that, I'm able to make a super big field. So I'm going to use Unizombie again, put another Mizuki in the grave. Now I'm able to make Omega, so we can keep recycling them. And then I'm able to make Spark Dragon, so we seriously just protect our field. Now I feel pretty confident. Now this dude, honestly, his luck is just shit. He already has a Mausoleum on the field, and he had a Mausoleum in his hand, and he top decks another Mausoleum. Now first, maybe Mausoleum is good in Dark Lords, but don't run more than like 2. Like I probably would even like maybe even just run 1, because you have so many Call to Haunteds and Oases, you don't necessarily need to normal summon these damn things. So it's unfortunate. I use Omega. He tries to attack Spark Dragon, but clearly I'm just going to protect it. Then I flip over Royal Decree because I don't know what the back row is, but why even have to deal with it? You know what I mean? Then my tag partner top decks another copy of Mage Power, and this is where Harambe's attack goes through the roof. So he goes for that Spicy Castel, get that off the field, activates Mizuki for Zombie Master, and then Harambe's 10,000 attack. GG no re. Like, even a dead Harambe is indeed too strong. I was like, holy shit, dude. I mean, that's the power of when you basically have a United We Stand with a full field. That's 4,000 attack. And then you have, what's it called? Double Mage Power on top of this thing. Like, that's a pretty damn strong Berserk Gorilla. So the Harambe beatdown definitely got it in. And when you have 2 players playing zombie type decks, and they're both using Mizuki over and over again, it's going to be really damn hard to outgrind them, because the more Omegas that you make, the more like uses for you know, Mizuki that you get, and until basically you just run out of shit in your extra deck. But you run like so many Xyzs, and you know, Omega can recycle itself. It's like, it's gonna be pretty damn hard to run out of stuff in the extra deck. So thank you guys for watching. I'll probably have 1 more duel, maybe 1 or 2 more duels with me playing just a pure Harambe deck, which was just pretty much nothing but Beast Warrior, and like stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching.